sometimes they'll practice all week, he said. They look very good, and they come out and just kind of lose the intensity. And after a big win last night, that's a letdown sometimes to come back after a big win like they had last night, because that NCC matchup last night between Newcastle and the Giants was an excellent ball game for the Giants.
Yes, it was, and they came back and they stayed tough and they finished strong. Good point there, Gary, to being able to finish, come out tonight and be up for the game. And if they just look at the rosters at the Harrison team, the Raiders are undersized. The tallest player they have on the team is 6'6". The Giants have three guys, 6'5", 6'6", 6'4". And, just size-wise alone, the Giants should control the game. And the Giants control the tip-off. Tavares Rankin goes in for a layup. And already it's 2-0 Giants lead. Number 15 is Jeff Spann. Jeff's playing the point for the Raiders tonight. Showing some patience on their offense early. And you can really see how outsized they are. Speaking of the Raiders is going to have to move the ball. And that basket was number 42, Brian Hartman.
You was talking about earlier, Gary, about how Marion will come out and play this game after a tough game last week. They had that big game against Richmond and come out really flat against Penn.
Jody thought he got fouled, but he didn't. They put back up by Kirby. It's 4-2 after 1 full minute of play here in the first quarter. The Raiders have shown some excellent patience right now on their offense. I'm really surprised at this point.
Well, they're going to have to play a controlled game with the Giants and force the Giants to make mistakes, mental mistakes, and that's how they're going to win the game.
They'll be looking for holes in their matchup zone, Marion.
Yes.
And that's one thing Green has said last couple games, that they can play the matchup defense. It's just how good they want to play it.
And McCain caused that turnover he was very active on the inbounds play. So the Giants have had their first forced turnover. Rankin missed. Kirby on the rebound, and Kirby's pulled down by number 30, Nathan Dunbar, and he just got a handle on him, pulled him right to the floor. They're going to call out a loose ball foul, and the Giants will inbound the ball underneath their basket. It'll be John Pierce inbounding the ball. John is a very unselfish player, always looking to pass and set someone up for an easy bucket. Kirby for the deuce.
Good team basketball there, moving the ball around, looking for the open man.
Now the Raiders bring the ball court. 2 minutes gone, 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter, 6-2. And that basket was by Andrew Frank, number 23. And the Raiders come within 2.
The Raiders right now are playing a tight man-to-man defense.
The Giants haven't had any luck at getting the ball into Jody on the block. Norris Rankin.
How'd you like that pass between the legs?
That was interesting.
McCain
Good heads-up play by Rankin to keep his eye on the ball.
Kirby on the rebound. Outlet pass to Rankin. Jody McCain was he was open, but there was a Raider between Rankin and McCain, and there was no way to get him the ball. What kind of a defense is Marion playing, Jeff?
They're in their passing matchup and mat defense.
Jody McCain for the trade.
Marion's off to a good start, shooting free. They're 5 for 7 this first quarter already.
11-7 with 3 minutes going here in the first quarter, 5 minutes to play. And the Raiders
Dunbar missed the last shot.
Just can't get a rebound. They're just outsized, and the Giants having their way on the boards.
The Raiders, so far in this game, has only shot the ball 4 times and made 3 of them. So
Jody can feel it. He's in that zone tonight. We may see a real show tonight. That's the second tray in a row for Jody. And the Giants have a 10-point lead already. It's fielded by Tavares Rankin. Oh, missed the stuff. quite frankly, they've just looked like they're a much more talented team at this point than the Harrison Raiders. You know, it's very intimidating for a school to come in and play in the Bill Green Athletic Arena. It's a tough place to play.
Yes, it is.
Good steal by Rankin.
No foul.
No foul. We watched the reserve game, and they kind of let them play a little bit in that, Jeff, and it looks like they're going to let them play a little bit loose in varsity game as well.
His first substitution for the Raiders is Jeremy Krentz. Checks in for number 23, Andrew Frank.
They're going to try to get probably another ball controller in there that's having trouble getting the ball to the floor.
Somebody that can match it maybe with the Marion speed out in front.
We'll see if Jody's going to come out and spot up for another three. He's out there all alone.
How often do you see a big guy like
Good head fake. Off the back of the iron, he gets his own rebound. He's hustling good tonight. McCain.
I think they got Kirby for a push-up on that one.
Somebody on the push, but I don't know who yet. Foul's going to go against Kyle Kirby, his first. And the Giants have a lead by 10-point margin here with 3 minutes and 46 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Pretty physical game thus far, Dave.
Yes, it is, and we expected that. For three, if it makes it, then it does.
No, they gave him 2 on that. That was Jeff Spann.
Yes, he was on the line. I was being gracious.
Spann's their leading scorer with 19 points a game this year for Lafayette, too.
Last year on that Span was in, he hit a lot of the
Kirby for 3.
the game.
Off the back of the iron. Randolph brings back out to Kirby. Jody spin. Nice little spin move there by McCain to shake the defense off, and he's in at 16-6 with 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
What makes Jody so difficult to defend, and he's so big, and you have to put a big man up against him, and most big men in high school can't move as well as Jody can.
That's the second foul going to go against Nathan Dunbar. He's got John Pierce with an elbow coming down for the rebound. And, you know, Jody's got a beautiful fall-away jump shot, and it's difficult to defend a guy who's physically as big as Jody McCain is. Right. He's got such a nice-looking fadeaway jumper, and he's worked hard on that. And Coach Green, I'm sure, has told him to utilize that more often.
The other thing about it is that with him being 6'4", and he has the jumping ability he has, it's hard to go up there and block his shot.
Yeah, he plays like a 6'8" guy, Jeff. Bill Randolph. Rankin. Back out to Pierce. Pierce is always looking inside, always looking for somebody to pass to. Randolph Trey.
The Raiders come up the floor in a hurry.
And the Giants have a 13-point lead here early on. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the first period. It's 19-6.
Well, Marion's definitely coming out more aggressive. They've got 6 rebounds, and they've made Lafayette turn the ball over 3 times.
3 forced errors. Bars for the tray. It's a little short. Randolph short. Kirby for the deuce. And we're going to get a TO here. So we'll be right back after this important message. And I'm sure during that timeout, Coach Van Arsdale just told his kids just to settle down and get some composure, and let's work the ball in for some good shots instead of trying to rush everything.
They have to get a little bit better ball movement, and it looks like they've accomplished that.
And that was the big man, number 41, Brent Fleming, 6'6" guy, for the deuce. So it works out for the Raiders. John Pierce for 2. 23-8 with 1:33 here to play in the first quarter. And the Raiders with the ball. Off the front of the iron. And that's going to go against Hilton Randolph on the hold. You know, on this very cold, wintry evening tonight, all of you that are home watching the game, the broadcast tonight, or on Sunday, we'd like to ask that that you patronize, those sponsors that bring this broadcast, make this broadcast possible, that we can bring it into your home on this cold winter night. You can watch the ball game. We just want to thank all of our sponsors. Jody McCain on the rebound. Ball's deflected out of bounds by Andrew Frank. It'll be Giant basketball underneath their basket.
Well, one of the reasons, gentlemen, is why Marion's ahead by 15 points this time. They've outshot Lafayette 9. They're 9 out of 16. Lafayette's only 3 out of 5.
So Lafayette's only been able to get off 5 shots, and the Giants they're having their way. And Jody for the deuce. He sure looks smooth out there, fellas.
No pressure. You have to put a little bit of defense on these guys, or they're going to just take control of the game.
17-point lead, and Tavares steals the ball for the deuce. 19-point lead with a minute to play here in the first quarter, 27-8. Who would have expected this?
Well, for sure thing, the Raiders didn't expect this. They expected to come out and play a little bit better. And it looks like the Raiders are only going to get one shot.
Well, they're very tentative, too, on their shooting.
Yes, they are.
I mean,
There was a good pass by John Pierce.
Jody in and out. It's going to be out of bounds. Giants off Brent Fleming, 6'6" center. And, you know, you see a lot of smiles on the end of the Giants bench tonight. Those guys know they're going to get some playing time.
And they should.
30 seconds to play here in the first period.
And what the Raiders and Coach Van Arsdale is looking for is someone that they control and be a leader on this team right now. Somebody's got to break out, make a defensive play, or hit a three or something to get the momentum going in their direction. Right now, they're just flat.
Giants are holding up for the last shot. Ball was kicked out of bounds by Jeff Spann. It'll be Giant ball with 8 seconds to play here in the quarter. And the Giants leading by 19. Kane inbounds. Rankin. That's a 2-point basket at the end of the quarter. The Giants have a 21-point lead, 29-8. We'll be right back after this timeout. Giant first period, and some of the stats spell out exactly what happened, Jeff. How about the rebounding?
Well, let's put it this way. Lafayette had 0. Marion had 9. They were 13 out of 21 from the floor, shooting 62%. Lafayette only 4 for 8. So there's your story right there.
And Harrison comes in starting the second period down 21 points.
Really, like we were talking just before the break, they're going to have someone take charge of this Lafayette Raiders team here and make something happen. They're going to have to get a little bit better ball movement, take a shot like that.
Shot's good by Andrew Frank. And the one thing that we haven't done here is really give the Giants credit for the defense they've played. They've hustled on defense. Kyle Kirby on the jam. 31-10, still 21-point lead with 7 minutes and 20 seconds here to play in the half. Giants have really turned the screws up on their defense.
They have, and they're playing a good, what would you call that, Jeff? The
matchup zone.
Matchup zone.
Or hat defense when Bill Green gives them a little hat touch. Another block.
Pierce blocked that shot. They're going to call that against John Pierce.
Yeah, he was on his back, and it's kind of hard to block
from behind.
One of the substitutions that have been made during the quarter inning was Ryan Hartman, number 42, 6'2", 165 pounds, has come into play center for Harrison. You'll see it on the replay. Harrison controls.
There you go again, only one shot.
Rebound off to Rankin. Giants on the move. Pierce all the way down the lane, in and out. Picked up by Rankin into Kirby. Kirby takes it to the hole. He's going to be fouled. Basket's good. And it's going to be a 23-point lead for the Marion Giants, 33-10, with 6 minutes and 45 seconds to play here in the half. And I'm sure that it's been a long 9 minutes and 15 seconds for Coach Van Arsdale. He just can't kind of find out what to do defensively. And the Giants have done just a fantastic job on the defensive end out here in controlling the boards.
That's right, and Giants have done what they wanted to on offense.
And the Giants even get an offensive rebound off of a missed free throw that time.
And to me, it seems like they're intimidated. The Harris Raiders are intimidated, and they're standing flat-footed.
It's going to be Giant basketball. It'll be off the hands of number 23, we're going to see for the first time in the ball game, number 45, Steve Peck, a sophomore, 6'2", in the ball game for the Raiders. And
I'm trying anything.
Jeff Van Arsdale is just trying to find a combination that can show some offense and some defense out there right now.
Yeah, Jeff played well in the reserve game, and give him a shot at the varsity. This is for 3 if John makes it. He does. Nice shot.
John Pierce on the tray, and everybody wants a piece of this action. 26-point lead for the Giants with 6 minutes to play here in the half. It's 36-10, and as you see right there, Hilton Randolph signal we're going to go to that matchup zone, that famous matchup zone that Bill Green.
Well, whatever adjustments they made after they got pounded by Penn is evidently paid off these last couple of games.
Good anticipation by Rankin.
He'll be out of bounds, and he's going to call it off Harrison. It looked like it was tipped, and the Marion crowd's not real happy with that call, but I didn't see him change his call, so it's going to be Harrison basketball.
The home crowd referees never agree with any of those guys' calls. Marion's only shooting 20% from the three-point line. They're already 4 for 6 this game.
That's 75%. Anybody's book. They'll be out of bounds to the Raiders underneath the basket.
One way to get Marion out of this defense is to start hitting some outside shots. But the way they're doing it, Marion's credit, they're bringing the zone out.
Well, Marion is playing with a very high level of intensity right now on the defensive end. Even with a 26-point lead, they haven't let up for a minute. And I'm sure that Coach Green is very proud of the fact right now that the Giants are showing that they can keep that intensity up.
They're focused right now, that's for sure.
That steal was by John Pierce this time on this end of the court. He's got the ball right now out to Kirby, who look. Jody McCain for 3. It's off the rim. Basketball rebounded by Nathan Dunbar. Taken away by McCain. Going to be out of bounds. Harrison ball. Once again in front of the Marion Giant crowd, they weren't real happy with that call. And for the first time tonight, we're going to see Matt Ewer in the ball game for the Giants.
And Dunbar on that steal there, and that exchange, you can see the disgust in his face.
36-10 with 4 minutes and 46 seconds to play here in the half. There's Tavares. Good defense by Tavares, but it came off his foot, and it's going to be Harrison Ball underneath their own basket. And we're going to see number 50 for the Marion Giants check in. Andrew McFarland, 6'7".
It's good that Bill Green is getting some of the players that don't get a lot of playing time in early in the game, give them some playing time. That's the way you build a good championship team, to be able to.
Oh, that's a good play. Nathan Dunbar knocked it off of Kyle Kirby, and it's going to be Harrison Ball. Good hit.
That's excellent hustle by Mr. Dunbar.
Nice move, and just a little flat.
And the Giants are just hustling that time. Tavares Rankin on the rebound. Nobody home. And Kirby's there by himself. He's knocked to the floor, but he looks like he's going to be all right. That's going to be a foul. I don't know who they're going to call it against.
Just about on have to be on Frank. Let's see what they call. Andrew Frank, number 23. That's what we got. That's his first personal foul. The team's 4th.
Brent Fleming checks back into the ball game. The 6'6" guy. And, you know, nobody was with the Giants on the break that time. The Giants got out on the break. Just nobody home defensively. And they had to hustle back down there just to get the foul.
The Giants are looking to run. And they like to run.
Kirby missed that shot. Still 26-point lead with 4 minutes, 23 seconds to play here in the half.
I'm sure what Bill Green's seen tonight, he'd sure like to put that in the bottle and keep that when he needs it in the tournament, wouldn't he, guys?
That's right. I'll be able to pull it out at any time he needs it. But this intensity is... these kids are getting ready to play. March Madness is coming.
27-point lead for the Giants at this point.
Well, this is great to see, and I'm sure all the Marion Giant fans have been waiting to see this all year long.
Matt Ewer, and they're going to call Matt Ewer on a reach, but Matt really turned that defensive pressure up that time and almost stole the ball, but he got an arm in there.
That's what Mr. Green would like to see tonight, a good intensity. There are substitutes coming in.
Jody McCain, and Michener.
Tino had a good game for the Marion Giants last night. Hit a three-pointer, had 5 points off the bench.
Tino's a great all-around athlete. Fine young man.
Very aggressive on the defense, which Marion needs.
There you go again. One shot, fellas. That's all they're getting.
I'll tell you, the rims just have not been very kind to the Harrison Raiders. It was about a steal. And Ewer's going to set up some offense. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the period. The Giants with a 27-point lead, 37-10. And that was Andrew McFarlane for 2 for the Giants. That's his first 2. And in and out. Boy, that's just some cold shooting by Harrison. That ball was put up by Ryan Hartman, and nobody can just... Matt Ewer, who's a great three-point shooter for the Trey, and he's the 8th Trey. And all of a sudden, it's a 32-point lead for the Giants at 42-10. We'll be right back after these important messages. The station break there, Matt Ewer fired a 3 and really got the Marion crowd excited. Matt Ewer's just a great outside shooter. He's never afraid to pull the ball up and shoot it. During that timeout, number 25, Fred Jones, checked in for the Giants. And finally, Harrison's found Steve Peck. The sophomore comes in and gets a deuce, and it's a 30-point Giant lead, 42-12, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the half. Ewer to Jones, inside to McCain. McCain got his own rebound back up. McCain is going to call out on Jody over the back.
And that's good aggressive play. You like to see that of young men.
Very aggressive. And that's Jody's first foul. No one's in foul trouble.
No, you've got 16 fouls against the Marion Giants and 4 against the Lafayette Raiders, and so really it's just been a pretty good game so far. It's just Lafayette is just flat.
Raiders just can't they just can't get kind iron.
Like that shot there, man was open.
That foul's going to go against number 23 Andrew Frank, and that'll be his second foul. Player control foul. It'll be out of bounds. Marion Giants. Ewer will be inbounding the ball to Fred Jones.
Well, again, I think we have to give a lot of the credit to the Marion defense, which Marion hasn't really, they haven't been able to say that a lot. Of course, there's on the replay, we can see the foul come in by Lafayette, but I'm sure, like I said, all the fans and Bill Green's been waiting for this for a long time.
We got 4 sophomores and a junior on the floor for the Giants right now. And I'm sure this is some valuable time that Green would like to see his underclassmen get. In and out, tipped. Finally, the rebound was controlled by Brent Fleming, the 6'6 center for the Harrison Raiders. Off the back of the iron. Ewer on the break. And that's going to be the 3rd foul against Andrew Frank. And I'm sure that we won't see him until the early part of the second half. We're going to see number 30, Nathan Dunbar, check in for him. Also, number 21, Michael Smizer, checks in the ball game for the Raiders. And it's 42-12, 30-point Marion lead, Marion basketball with 1 minute and 30 seconds to play here in the half. And obviously, it's been all Marion basketball up to this point.
Well, 2 things, Gary and Dave, that I've seen that stand out the most. Marion's outshot Lafayette 31-14. They've out-rebounded them 20-4.
It's very difficult to win basketball games with stats like that for Lafayette Jeff.
And that'll be a walk against the Giants.
That's their second turnover
of the game for the Giants. So even with a big lead, the Giants have executed well. And you're talking about, as we stated a minute ago, 4 sophomores and a junior out there on the basketball court right now showing some real composure. Harrison just can't get the ball inside. Jeff Spann works the ball in. That's going to go against Michener on the reach-in. That'll be Tino's first. Tino's a very tough, hard-nosed competitor, and he's never going to give away anything. If you take the ball in on Tino, he's going to stand his ground every time.
Well, that made Marion into the bonus situation, so the Raiders will get 1-1 at the foul line. The Raiders even having difficulty just run the set play. The Marion Giants defense has just been awesome so far this first half.
Michael Smiger at the line. That's his first point. Just checked in the ball game. A minute and 1 second to play here. Second one's good. So it's a 28-point Giant lead, 42-14, with 57 seconds to play here in the half. They're going to call that. Just went off Fred's foot. It looked like Fred Jones going to be out of bounds to the Raiders. And the Giants have unraveled just a little bit. It's kind of hard to say that when they've got a 28-point lead, but
well, we'll allow them to do that, Gary, with 50 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, the Harrison Raiders can't be a slouch because they beat the Lafayette Broncos by 11 points earlier in the season, so we know they can play ball with the SEC teams.
Yeah, and they're ice cold right now and have made some real dumb errors.
Well, they're trying to force something that's not there.
That's your second foul, and that's going to send Brent Fleming, the 6'6" center, to the line. How many points does Fleming have up to this point, Dave?
He hasn't scored yet.
He does now. First point for Fleming, 42-15. And Harrison got the lead one more here, and he does. 42-16. A 26-point Giant lead, and Matt Ewer brings the ball up across the timeline. Giants look like we're going to run the ball for the last shot. 18 seconds to play here in the half. Ewer, they're going to call a walk on Ewer. It's going to be a turnover with 10 seconds to play here in the period. It'll be Harrison basketball. And it's a long way down there. I didn't see a walk, but the referee was right on top of that play.
And he lets it go for 3, and it's off the mark. He gets his own rebound.
Back up with 1 second to play, and it's off the iron. And at the end of the half, it's Marion Giants 42, Lafayette Harrison 16. We'll be right back with the second half start after this timeout. Well, we're back here at the Bill Green Athletic Arena for the second half of this ball game, and thus far, it hasn't been an even matchup. And Jeff, let's talk a little bit about the statistics.
Well, in the first half, guys, Lafayette was 6 for 17, 35% from the floor, 4 for 7 for 57%, only 5 rebounds, 8 turnovers. Marion shooting 18 of 34 for 53%, 33%, 1 for 3 from the free throw line, 20 rebounds, and only 4 turnovers.
And the Giants inbound the ball to start the second half. And Dave, I want to comment on you in just a minute. I want to ask you a question. And Harrison control the sophomore who came in late in the first half. Dave, what do you feel is the key to the second half if Lafayette's got any chance to get back in this ball game? What do they have
Start hitting shots just like that. That was a good play. They had a set play. They stayed with it and worked the ball in, and they made the shot.
That's Nathan Dunbar.
Once hurt Lafayette in the first half, they only got 1 shot. And then the Marion Giants got it, but they've got to hit that 1 shot. If they work it in and make that 1 shot and play good defense like that, that was a good trap that time to get in there to force a turnover and get the ball back. They've got a couple of new players in this second half. They've got number 22,
Timothy Mays. He started, but he sat a lot in the first half, and they've got Jeff Spann back out there, of course, running the point. Number 21, Michael Smiger.
There you go again, right down to the paint, and that was a good move. It just fell off the side of the rim, and they only had 1 shot again.
That's Pierce on the rebound.
Did a smart thing, didn't have the numbers, just pulled up, brought back out, so set the offense.
It's 42-18. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Jody made a little spin move there.
second half here into zone defense. And good.
Jeff Spann for the deuce cuts the lead to 22. That's a 10-point turnaround. Kyle Kirby takes it back up to 24, 44 to 20 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds played. Steal by McCain. In and out. Rebound Pierce. Pierce back up. Pierce good. 46 to 20 with 6 minutes to play here in the third period.
Well, I'm sure Bill Green's going to want to look, Gary, and see if they can keep up the intensity they had the first half and continue on the second half.
Well, also, I wouldn't have wanted to have been in the Harrison locker room, and that's so Randolph. Hilton Randolph on the deuce that time. He just came out on the break and nobody covered him.
One thing that the Raiders have to do, they have to be patient. Even though they're down by 28 points, they have to be patient. Stay with their offense. Don't force things and do things that not necessarily is too smart. Or they're not going to get back in the game. They have to take advantage of what the Giants will give them and stay with their offense. And they can't get out of that offense. And it looks like right now they're getting nervous.
Andrew McFarlane checks in the game for Jody McCain, and it looks like Jody's hurt his right hand or his right wrist. He's got some discomfort over there on the bench.
Maybe just a little stinger. He'll probably be back.
Probably down here is on that layup and may have got his hand jammed into another player or something. Just hit the nerve wrong. At least that's what we'll hope anyways.
Well, he'd see any player get hurt.
Over the 28-point margin, the Giants.
Nice shot. Nice set play there.
Jeff Spann. And you told me before this game started to keep my eye on him, Dave. You said he was a streaky shooter, and thus far he's proved you right. Been hot here in the second half.
Well, like we was talking in the second quarter there, they were looking for someone to take charge and maybe be the leader. And Spann right now looks like he's going to try to do that, and I hope he does.
Timothy Mays comes off of that rebound for the Raiders. And the Raiders just they're perked up. They're just playing harder, playing with more confidence too in the second.
That's right. Nice shot there. Just got one shot though. One shot. You got to get that rebound.
There's Kyle Kirby on that board. And Tavares Rankin for the deuce. 50-23 with 4.5 minutes to play in the third period.
Been a fast-moving third period. Off the mark a little bit, but the rebound is good.
And that was Ryan Hartman, the sophomore, who came in late in the first half and has got himself a starting spot in the second half here of this ball game and is doing well. Pierce down low. Rebound comes off to Mike Smizer. And the Giants have slowed down, and Nathan Dunbar on the uncontested layup that time cuts the margin 23 points, 50-27. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the third period. And that was just Tavares Rankin just worked the ball inside.
Good power move. He had 3 players on him, 3 Raiders on him. That was a good power move underneath the basket there.
And that shot was taken by Ryan Hartman, who's hot here right now.
Marion has 3 players in double figures. That's Rankin, McCain, and Kirby.
We're going to see Jody check back in here the next time out. John Pierce down on the block. He's going to be fouled to the free throw line with the Giants leading 52-29. And it's off the front of the iron. He'll get one more. Jody McCain checked in during that timeout.
Evidently that injury he had there earlier must have just been a stinger, and he's okay now.
It's a 24-point Giant lead, 53-29 with 3 minutes to play. And that shot was good by number 41, Brent Fleming.
That's his 4th point of the game.
They're going to say it was knocked out by number 22, Timothy Mays, and it'll be Giant ball underneath their basket. Trigger man is John Pierce. Brings the ball inside to Rankin. That's going to go against Andrew Frank, and I got him for 4.
That's what I got.
Here, Lafayette only was able to take 17 shots in that first half combined. They've already taken 10 and they've already had 5 rebounds in the first half alone. They've got 5 rebounds this period, which has helped them out.
Rankin will go to the charity stripe. First one's off the mark, and he'll get another opportunity. 53-31, 22-point Giant lead. In and out, John Pierce. Pierce for the deuce, 55-31, 24-point Giant lead, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the third period. And that's going to be number 5 against our friend Andrew Frank.
And he's going to sit down the rest of the game.
Jeff Van Arsdal is not real happy about that call. And of course, he's going to take his minute that he's got to replace that player with 5 fouls. He wants to talk to his people and the official. You know, that gives a coach time to give his players a minute's rest, and he can think about it, let them regroup. And the intensity level, I don't think the intensity level has dropped any on the part of the Raiders, but I believe the Giants' defensive intensity level has come back up to where it was in the first half here.
They started a little sluggish here in the second half, but they picked it up now.
Kyle Kirby all alone. Uncontested layup, 57-31, with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the third period.
That's 15 points for Kirby in the game right now.
That was just an inside pass to Smizer that was off the mark. Be an unforced error by the Raiders inside to Rankin. Rankin was too deep underneath, and
good rebound by Frank. Fleming.
Looked like an NBA shot there, number 22, Timothy Mays, who got in underneath 2 defenders.
That's his first 2 points of the evening.
Steal by the Raiders. Number 15 on that score, Jeff Spann, and all of a sudden it's a 22-point Giant lead, so they've cut the margin down again after the Giants pulled away by 28. Now it's down to 22.
Charging on McCain.
They're going to call that offensive against McCain.
That's Jody's 3rd foul. He was triple teamed there, and it's going to have to call a foul on someone, but the Raiders just stood their ground and held their hands straight up, and Jody just run into them.
So Nathan Dunbar checks back in, number 30 for the Raiders, and they've got a chance to cut it to 20 here with a minute and 30 to play here in the third period. In and out. Rebound basket by number 42, Ryan Hartman.
Lafayette's 10 for 13 this quarter.
Hartman has 6 points just this quarter alone.
Minute 12 to play here in the third period. Kyle Kirby back out to Rankin. Rankin, he's fouled, and they're going to count the bucket.
That was a great feed from Kirby back to the middle to Rankin for the easy layup.
Yes, it was.
Now look at that. Now I think that was great. As the team come together, little huddle. I think Bill Green's been waiting. Like I said, no, they had that the first of the year. They kind of lost it, and that's good to see them come back as a team.
That's how they're going to win, Jeff, is as a team.
That's right.
He'll get one shot. In and out. Giants have a 22-point lead, 59-37. Turnover. Jody McCain missed on the layup. Tries to get the ball inside to Kirby and stolen away by Timothy Mays, who's on the break. Outlet pass to Jeff Spann. Jeff for the deuce. 20-point margin, 59-39 with 45 seconds to play here in the third stanza.
And the Raiders have picked it up a level. They've got a little bit more confidence in themselves. They're hitting some shots. If they didn't have that first quarter, this could be a good game.
John Pierce works the ball inside, goes off the glass. Bring the lead back to 22 points for the Giants, 61-39 with 20 seconds to play here in the third period. And I'm sure that the Raiders are going to hold the ball for the last shot. Seconds and clicking. Lafayette 39. We'll be right back with the final period after these important words from our sponsor. Question here in the final period, fellas, is which Lafayette Harrison team is going to show up for the fourth quarter? How was their shooting percentage in the third period, Jeff?
Well, Lafayette, they shot great. They was 11 for 15, 73%, where they're in the first half, they only shot about 35%.
Well, I see smoke coming off their fingers right now, so if they can keep that, if they may be able to cut it down, 22-point margin is a lot to make up in 8 minutes of basketball.
Well, their record shows that they're a better basketball team than what they've shown tonight. Like you said, it's hard to play here in Bill Green's arena and come in here and it's a cold night, and they played flat in the first.
That was a beautiful steal by Tavares Rankin.
Good hands, wasn't it?
Hilton Randolph will bring the ball up. He tried to go over to McCain. It was knocked away by Jeremy Krentz, number 13. He's going to drag that pivot foot. That'll be a turnover by Ryan Hartman, the sophomore. And it'll be Giant basketball on the side. And that was an opportunity Harrison couldn't afford to lose.
No, they can't give the ball up. And they need more than one shot, and they need to take a good shot.
They're just going to have to score about every time down with very few turnovers.
That's true. And they did, for the most part, they did that in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, that showed by shooting 11 for 15. He had 6 rebounds, only 2 turnovers.
And they're playing good defense.
Got to be Kirby on the block, and fouled by number 30, Nathan Dunbar.
That's Dunbar's, my unofficial score, his third foul.
Marion now has 4 players in double figures.
We'll see that again right here. A good play by Kyle Kirby, who goes to the charity stripe for one shot. Has a chance to stretch the margin to 25. It's currently 24. It's 63 to 39. With 7 minutes to play here in the final period.
Kirby's got a nice shot. Soft hands up all this. Good rotation. He's a good player.
Well, the only Achilles tendon Marion's had tonight has been their free throw shooting. They're only shooting 2 for 8 for the night. Other than that, they've had a well-balanced game.
Oh, good block by Kirby. And he saves it.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a foul against Tavares Rankin, who went up and got a clean block, but got him with the body. That's only the Giants' second team foul this half of the half.
It's not often you see a 5'10 guy block a 6'6 guy shot straight on. Usually they'll sneak back from the backside and get him, but he took him on right ahead.
Brent Fleming goes to the free throw line to shoot a pair. First one's good. 64-40, 24-point Giant lead. Second one's good. 64-41, 23-point Giant lead with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the ball game. I'm very impressed with the Giants' intensity level right now. They haven't dropped their intensity level at all. John Pierce looking to score. Ball comes off to Harrison on the break. Tavares Rankin. I don't know what that call is going to be. I thought maybe they called him out of bounds back in, but
that's right. Second foul.
Oh, they're going to call that against Harrison.
Yeah. He's slapping a ball around in there. I guess Ryan got his hand in there and slapped somebody else.
Hilton Randolph took a seat, and he gets a fine hand.
Tavares Rankin. Matt, you were checked in the ball game during that timeout for the Giants. Kirby in the corner. Long cross-court pass to Pierce. Matt Ewer for a 3, and it's good. N.I. Ewer, 67-41, a 26-point Giant lead. It's going to be Marion basketball.
Another turnover.
5 minutes and 45 seconds to play. We're going to get to see Mitchner comes up, check in during the next play stoppage.
There should be a lot of players come in here late in the game to get some playing time.
Steal by Nathan Dunbar.
Well, for the people that made it out to tonight's game, come out and watch Marion play and brave it through this cold, they've seen a different Marion team tonight.
Very impressive. That time, work by Brent Fleming, the 6'6 center, who stayed inside and got the rebound bucket. Cuts the lead to 24. And 5 minutes to play in the fourth period. Jody goes down. He's not real happy that there wasn't a foul called. Ewers, he just yelled out of play. They're going to set up. Goes inside to Rankin, who posts up. Kyle Kirby on the rebound. He's going to miss, but that's going to be a foul against number 30, Nathan Dunbar. And I think that's 4 on Nathan. May be incorrect. That'll be the 16th foul. That is his 4th. And Pierce takes a seat on the bench. Tino Michener checks in for him.
Ryan Hartman will be coming back in for the Raiders.
He'll check in for the guilty party, Nathan Dunbar. Kyle Kirby will go to the stripe for 2 shots with a chance to extend Marion lead. And that was off the front of the iron. Didn't get the roll. Kirby's second attempt is up. It's good. 68-43, 25-point Giant lead with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the final stanza. And Harrison would, just like for the issues of pride, cut this lead. Going to be fouled before the shot by Rankin.
Well, Harrison they haven't give up. They're still running their plays, and coach is trying to keep them motivated.
It's only the 3rd team foul against the Giants here in the second half. And we're going to see Jody McCain take a seat on the bench, and Andrew McFarlane, the 6'7 junior, checks in for the Giants.
And we call it jump ball.
Excellent play, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Giants. So we'll credit Andrew McFarlane with a good forced turnover that time. You know, I'd never be surprised where Matt Ewers shoots the ball.
That makes him a complete basketball player, though. He passes well, he dribbles well, and he takes that nice outside shot. He has a beautiful shot.
Off Kirby's fingertip. One time, just a brief story, I saw Matt Ewers when he was about 11 years old at the Powell Club, and I'd never met him before, and he made 2 or 3 shots when he was falling to the floor, and he's just a fantastic shooter, and he works real hard, takes a lot of practice shots, and he's a fine young man, and I'm sure he's going to have a great career here at Marion.
And I'm sure the Bill Green's looking for him to be a leader out there on the outside shooting, because they need those people that can hit the outside so that people won't be packing them in on the zone.
That's very true. Good
5'11" Tavares Rankin controlled that board. And the Giants are going to be contented here to work the ball around in for a good play. And we're going to see during the next stoppage, Greg Fisher, the 6'3", 200-pound senior, check in for the Giants. Number 44, he's at the scorer's table. Rebound basket by number 15, Jeff Spann. 68-45 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the final period.
And when Marion runs their plays, they're awesome.
You are off the mark with Michener for the rebound bucket. That was excellent. Rebound position by Tino Michener, the 6'2", 210-pound sophomore.
Very well executed play, and Michener was in the right position to get that rebound.
It's a 25-point Giant lead with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the final period.
For 2.
That's a 2-point bucket by Brian Hartman, and Ryan has really given him a lift since he was injected into the lineup early on in the second period.
He's contributed 10 points to their 47, and it's been a bright spot for a sophomore coming off the bench. He was searching for something early in the game, and he filled the void. It was there.
That foul was charged against Timothy Mays. That'll send Matt Ewer to the free throw line. And Fred Jones and Greg Fisher checked in for the Marion Giants, along with number 13, Jeremy Krentz, for the Harrison. Matt Ewer, first one's good. Front end of the one-on-one. 71-47. Giant lead.
Kyle Kirby and Tavares Rankin got a well-deserved hand as they sit down on the bench.
Your second one, nothing but net.
Well, he's got a nice shot. You young players just watching him shoot this evening. You watch that fall through and the way he sits there at the foul line. That's a good fundamental basketball.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the ball game. And we're playing for pride now, fellas.
The defensive intensity for the Marion Giants have not let up.
And number 41, Brent Fleming, on that rebound basket for the Harrison Raiders.
Lafayette just looking to finish on a positive note so they can go home. The bus trip won't be that long on the way home.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the ball game, and that foul is going to go against number 22, Timothy Mays. And for the first time tonight, we're going to see number 40, Reggie Morgan, the 6'4", 190-pound junior, check in for the Giants as Mitchner takes a seat on the bench.
Well, the bus trip will be a long trip because they are going to get beat as they are, but they got something positive to look forward to. They played a lot better this second half.
Ewer's good on the front end of the one-on-one, 73-49 Giants.
Yeah, they only scored 16 points in that first half. They've already tripled that. They got 49 points altogether, but so they can end the second half on a more positive note.
Second one's good. 25-point Giant lead with 1 minute and 40 seconds to play here in the ball game. That basket was good by Ryan Hartman, who's been he's probably earned himself a starting spot for the next ball game.
Or a lot more playing time.
Yeah, a lot more playing time. He's been a shot in the arm for the Raiders, one of the few bright spots they've had tonight. Matt Ewer for the three.
He's deadly.
He is awesome.
That puts him in. I'm sorry, Gary. That puts him in double figures for the night.
Matt Ewer, uncontested layup, 79-51, a 28-point Giant lead with 1 minute to play here in the ball game. Rebound came off to Jeremy Krentz outside to Timothy Mays. Rebound by number 50, Andrew McFarlane, for the Giants. And Fred Jones leads the break. Fred says, I want a piece of this action. And that's going to be Giant basketball. Greg Fisher will trigger the ball in for the Giants. We down to 38 seconds to play here in the ball game. Andrew McFarlane inside. Harrison controls with 27 seconds to play here in the ball game, and that foul is going to go against Ewer on the reach-in. It's a 28-point Giant lead.
Well, Matt Ewer's going to go home tonight and have a lot to talk about. He's got 12 points this fourth quarter.
Well, basically, this ball game was never in question after the opening 3 minutes of play. The Giants just came out with some defensive intensity, and it created some easy buckets on the offensive end. They had a 10-point lead within the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
That just pretty much took Lafayette out of the ball game.
It's hard at this level to come back from that big of deficit. That Ewer can play basketball.
Ewer just displayed his dribbling capability with 5 seconds to play here in the ball game.
You think he might get a little bit more playing time in the next game?
Should. And the Giants are still playing tough defense. Matt Ewer dives, ran a second off the clock. And you know, it's good that the boys can have fun once in a while. They're having a good time out there right now.
Everybody on the bench is just smiling, standing up,
cheering their team on.
That's right. Even the reserves.
That's one. Game is over. Basket will count.